Good afternoon, everybody. It has been a little while, but we are back, baby. We are back. I've taken a couple of days out to have a little bit of a break and also to make a few alterations. As you can see, I have now got a new intro, a better intro, and I've also made a few alterations to the channel itself. So, guys, go and check that out. And also, as promised, I did say to you lot that I was going to invest and get some better equipment to make better videos. And I'm hoping, or should I say, I will, by the end of the week, have a better camera and a microphone as well. So, even better. Like I say, been busy over the last couple of days investing for you guys. So keep smashing them likes and keep coming and viewing the content because it's you guys that make this channel. So today we are, of course, going to talk transfers. Now, we are a week now into the January transfer window, and Arsenal are making moves already, which is surprising, really, because we tend to turn into Nothing FC or lastminute.com FC. But it's quite clear that the massive clear out that is needed in this squad is happening. You know, and already we have a couple of players that have left. The first man to go, Said Kolasinac, has gone on loan to Schalke. I'm hearing reports that they've also given him the captain's armband. So they must be desperate. They must be really desperate if they're doing that. And also, we're going to talk firstly about another departure, William Saliba. A lot of fans, including myself, could not understand for the life of me why this guy was not getting into the Arsenal squad. You know, I don't expect him to be a starting player, but he should have at least been in the 25-man squad. But it is clear to see now that they was looking to loan him out in the summer, and it just never materialised. But he has gone out on loan. He left on Monday and officially joined Nice in the French league again. And then 2 days later, he made his full debut. So he made his full debut yesterday in a 2-0 loss to Brest. He was booked in the 12th minute. And of course, they conceded 2 goals. And I've got to call out the media. The media are a joke. The Sun, the Daily Mail, the Daily Star, yeah, all you lot are fucking wallads, yeah? Because after the game, and they literally make a story out of anything. After the game, there was news reports of, oh, Arsenal flop, makes his full debut and it doesn't go to plan. What? You know, I could understand if the guy got sent off or if a couple of them goals were his fault, right? But he got booked. You literally make a story out of fuck all. He got booked in the 12th minute and you decide to make a story out of it. What the fuck? Yeah? The media in this country are a joke. And that is half the reason as to why some of these young players or these young talented up and coming players tend not to succeed because the media are on their back over any little thing. Joke. Yeah? Leave the lad alone, man. That's the first competitive game that he has played, yeah, since the 8th of March. And yes, he has played for the Arsenal under 23s. but I wouldn't class that as competitive game. It's not at the level to what he was playing in France, right? His last competitive game was the 8th of March 2020, yeah? In a 1-1 draw against Bordeaux, right? Give the guy a break. Fuck's sake, yeah? Let him do his thing. And if in 10 games, 12 games, he's still poor, right, then you can maybe question it a little bit. But for fuck's sake, seriously, yeah? Give the guy a break. Good Lord. So, yeah, there's William Saliba. He's gone to Nice. You guys, let me know what you think in the comments section. Should we have kept him? It was clear that he was never going to get into the squad for one reason or another. Is it a good thing that he's now gone on loan? Because all the fans who were complaining about him not being in the Arsenal squad can now move on, including myself, and concentrate on other things. Let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think? The next player we are going to move on to is my friend, Mesut Ozil. Now, there have been reports this week coming out over the last couple of days that he is in negotiations with both DC United and Fenerbahce. There was even reports going as far as to saying that he is having a villa built in Turkey. You know, apparently next to the Turkish president, and we know Mesut Ozil does get on very, very well with the Turkish president. There was a story a few years ago that caused a lot of controversy, but there is a possibility that Mesut Ozil could leave Arsenal in January, and it was also confirmed by the big dog, the man when it comes to transfers. Fabrizio Romano has also stated that Arsenal are working very hard to try and get Mesut Ozil out of the club in this January transfer window. Personally, I think it's highly unlikely that it will happen in this window. I think if he is going to leave to either DC United or Fenerbahce, I don't think it will actually be in January. I think he may sign a pre-contract with them because he now only has 6 months left on his contract. And it won't actually be until the summer before he leaves. But good news all round. The sooner we can get his wages off the book, the better, because he's on astronomical wages and he's sitting at home doing nothing. Man, I wish I could take just not even half of his wages, a quarter of it, and be able to sit at home doing nothing. It'd be lovely. It really would. It seems to me like Mesut Ozil has probably predicted the future, because since he signed that contract, yeah, he's done nothing but sit at home. It's like he knew the coronavirus was coming. Yeah, it's like he knew that Boris Johnson was going to say, "Please stay at home." You know, it's mad. It is mad. But hopefully we can get Mesut off the books. And the day that he leaves, I will celebrate. He has probably been one of the most overrated players in Premier League history. Had a very good first season with Arsenal. He looks good in certain games or in certain parts of his game. But if we're being real, he's 31 years old now, and it's time for you to go, sunshine. we need to start thinking about the future of this football club. So, bye-bye Mesut Ozil, hopefully. Definitely in the summer, we know that. But if we can get rid of him this month, it'd be even better. Now, we're going to talk about possible incomings at Arsenal. Because it's all right getting rid of all these players, yeah, but we need players to come in. We are currently sat 11th in the Premier League. We've had a horrendous season, yeah, and we need players desperately. So it's all well and good going and dashing these men out, yeah. And listen, I completely agree with it. If you had to tell me I have to choose between buying one or two players this summer or getting rid of the dead wood, then I would have said, let's get rid of the dead wood first. And maybe we could get better players after that. But we all know, yeah, we can all see it. We need players, especially in that midfield. That midfield is a joke. For Arsenal Football Club, the third biggest club in England, our midfield is atrocious. There is no question about that whatsoever. And we have been heavily linked, especially over the past week, to one player who could potentially come in and make a bit of a difference. He's a creative midfielder, playing for Norwich. Emi Buendia. God, I can't get my words out today. What's going on? Emi Buendia has been heavily linked to Arsenal. We are credited with a huge interest in him. And we are reportedly looking to bring somebody else in who can play in the number 10 role, as we don't want to become too heavily reliant on Emil Smith-Rowe, especially since he's still a young kid and learning. So yeah, I completely and utterly 100% get that. I agree with it as well. Smith-Rowe has played very well in the games that he has played for us, but we do need a creative midfielder. Now, could that player be Emi Buendia? Like I say, there is a lot of interest, a hell of a lot of interest. But it's looking as though Norwich would like to keep hold of Buendia, and I don't blame them because he has been their player of the season so far. He's been excellent in the Championship. And when asked about it, Daniel Farke, the Norwich manager, had this to say: Emi is a key player for us, an important member of the group, and he is totally committed to us. He is our player, and we will continue to be our player. He is on a long-term contract with the club until 2024, so he's got 4 years left on his deal. So we will keep him. Everyone knows his qualities, and I don't expect interest just because he scored a wonder goal today. He has scored a number like this for us, and people know what he can do. Now, let me know, guys, would you take Emi Buendia? My personal opinion is I would. Yeah, I would take him, no doubt about it. But there was also reports that have come out today that state that Arsenal's interest in Buendia could possibly be shelved due to a lack of funds. Oh, there's a surprise. Arsenal with a lack of funds. Yeah, we knew that was coming. I've been saying it ever since, since we started on our poor run of form in the Premier League. People who are looking to the January transfer window to save our season good luck with that one. But like I say, reports today stating that we could shelve our interest in him because of a lack of funds. Norwich are not looking to sell, as I just said, and would want upwards of £30 million to even consider doing a deal. So let me know in the comments, guys. Is Emi Buendia worth £30 million? If Arsenal was to get him, do you think he would do well for the club? Could he do a job? And could he possibly be the answer to our creative issues in the midfield? And will he save our season if we was to get him? Let me know, guys. Let me know. Now, with that being said, and the possibility that Buendia may not come to Arsenal, we have also been heavily linked with a move for Bissouma. It is reported that Arteta is looking to bolster his midfield and is very keen on Bissouma from Brighton. Now, no question about it, he needs to bolster his midfield. We can all see that. And yeah, Bissouma has had a very good season, or couple of seasons, with Brighton so far. I watched him play against Arsenal the other week, and he looked very, very good. It is also stated that Bissouma is reportedly open to the idea of joining Arsenal, having developed a very strong relationship with Arsenal centre-back Gabriel Magalhaes, when they both played in the French league for Lille. That is what the report says. And apparently Bissouma is also a Arsenal fan. However, he is under contract till 2023, so he does still have 2 years left on the deal. Brighton would look for a decent sum of money for him, no question about it. It won't just be Arsenal that would be interested in Bissouma. There will be other top clubs coming in for him. And yeah, if we've got no funds to sign Buendia, what makes you think we've got funds to sign Bissouma? Now, personally, and I've been saying it, I'd love to get both. Yeah, if we could get both Buendia and Bissouma in this window, it could transform our season a little, in the sense that at the moment, as it stands, with the current crop of players that we have at this football club, I don't expect us to finish any higher than 8th again this season. Yeah. But if we add Buendia and Bissouma to our squad and make them first team regulars, I could see us finishing in the top 6. I honestly could. It's a strange old season. You never know what will happen. And Bissouma next to Partey would be awesome. No question about it. And if you look on current form at what Buendia is doing at Norwich, if he can repeat that sort of form while playing for Arsenal and in the Premier League, then yeah, you'd have to say that we would probably have a squad that is good enough to get into that top 6, maybe. And it is a big maybe. Top 4. But it's looking like that isn't going to be the case, because we probably won't sign either of these players. You know what it's like. The transfer window comes and Arsenal are linked to every player under the sun. and then we'll go and buy somebody else who we haven't been linked to, or somebody who's cheap on loan, or we just go stupid with it and give 33-year-olds 3-year contracts. But there you go. Before I move on, I'm going to get into a couple of your comments. We've got AFC04 here. To be honest, I'm not that annoyed that he's on loan, but they should have done it at the beginning of the season. He's been mismanaged. Now, while I agree with your comment 100%, apparently I'm hearing this from a good source, right? But apparently Arsenal was trying to get William Saliba to go on loan in the summer transfer window. However, nothing materialised. He was actually supposed to be going to Brentford on the last day of the window, but that all fell through. Whether that is true or not, I am not 100% sure. But if you look at the fact that he was left out of the 25-man squad, he hasn't made a single senior appearance for Arsenal in the first team. Yeah, it's looking like that was probably the plan all along. The way they dealt with him, I do feel like it is a little bit of a mismanagement, because you can't tell me that Squadron Mustafi is a better centre-back than William Saliba. Yeah? Now, I'm not saying that this guy is all fantastic, because he's still a young kid. He's 19-year-old kid, right? But he can't be any worse than Mustafi. So we made a massive, massive mistake in my eyes in at least not registering in him for the Europa League. Yeah, because we just don't know what could have happened if he had played in the Europa League. We could have got a good couple of performances from him. And then maybe he might have broke into the first team, but who knows? It is good that he's gone on loan. At least he'll play football now. And hopefully we will see him again next season, hopefully in the Arsenal squad. But again, guys, let me know. Do you think William Saliba will ever play for Arsenal? Because I'm not too sure, it's a joke. AFCO4 also agrees with me. He says he's 19 and had a really hard time. The media is a joke. Yes, the media are a joke, no question about it. Mesut Ozil, yeah, I've spoke about Mesut Ozil. I would take him, but it looks unlikely. I'm assuming that is about Buendia. Yeah, it does look unlikely. Like I said, Arsenal turn into broke FC every time the fucking transfer window comes around. Joe is in the chat. Hi, mate. How are you? I am good, mate. Fuck me, I finished work nice and early today. Coronavirus is now affecting my my working life, because we don't have a lot of work at the moment. But it's nice to be at home at the same time. And it also gives me opportunity to bring more content to you guys, so that is good. London is blue. No, mate, London is not blue. No way. Have you seen your form recently? Jesus Christ. And there we was at the beginning of the season, a lot of Chelsea fans telling me, oh, we're title challengers, we've just spent 250 million, we've got Timo Werner, one of the best strikers in world football, Hakim Ziyech, Kai Havertz, one of the best up and coming central attacking midfielders. Yeah, we're 3 points behind you. With the season that we've had. And yeah, just for all the Chelsea fans chatting a load of shit all year, fully deserved. AFCO4 again says apparently Balogun's going to leave. Yeah, I will be talking about Balogun in just a second, mate. Arteta was saying that Saliba will come back next season in the press conference. That's good. But let's just hope that he will bring him back and integrate him into the Arsenal 25-man squad. Because if, let's just say if, William Saliba only makes 6, 7, 8 appearances for Nice this season, in the time that he's there on loan, I don't want no excuses from Arteta. I don't want him saying, "Oh, well, we've got to send him out on loan again because he only played 8 games." Nah, go fuck yourself, man. Integrate this guy into the squad. FCO4 says we should have got Ziyech. He is a baller. Yeah, I agree with you. And listen, Chelsea fans, I like to have a bit of a laugh at you right now because of the situation that you're in. But if you go on my Twitter, you'll see that I tweeted it out after Chelsea lost to Man City, and all the Arsenal fans were giving them a lot of banter. And I was the first one to say, I'll laugh at Chelsea now. Yeah. Because of all the talk at the beginning of the season. And because you just don't tend to see this from Chelsea. They're one of the most successful teams in the last 10 years, in terms of winning stuff. And it's nice to see. And but I also said that Chelsea do have a very, very good squad. And I fully expect them to finish above us this season still anyway. But for now, you, Chelsea fans, and, well, Chelsea as a whole, can take the Banter FC trophy for now, until we come and claim that back off you again, which I have no doubt we will. Last comment before I move on. Yeah, no excuses. Saliba should be ready for next season. 100%, mate. He should be ready for next season. I don't want any excuses, because we are turning into broke FC, excuse FC, absolute joke. Moving on, we are going to talk about this fella, Lucas Torreira. Now, he is currently on loan at Atletico Madrid, and there is a high possibility that he could be recalled from that loan spell. Arsenal bosses, i.e. the board and hierarchy, are believed to be extremely unhappy at Atletico for the lack of playing time that Lucas Torreira has received. He's only made 6 appearances for Atletico all season, and only 2 of them were starts. That it goes on further to say that Arsenal believe that Atletico are trying to do a number on them by devaluing Lucas Torreira after our little breakdown in relationship with them, after we snatched Thomas Partey from under their noses on deadline day, which gave them no time to find an adequate replacement. Now, I have a couple of views on this, right? Arsenal being unhappy with Atletico, yeah, while it's understandable, because when you send a player out on loan, yeah, the whole point of that is you hope that this player has a good season, so he can either come back and be integrated into the side, or his value goes up, and then we can sell him on, right? Now, if there was that much of a problem, why did we not put something in the loan agreement where it states that Lucas Torreira has to make a minimum of 20 appearances, because you can do this sort of thing. You can do it. But we don't do it at Arsenal. Yeah, and I don't understand why. Our negotiation tactics are shit. Absolutely shit. And then when Atletico turn around and say, we ain't playing him, you haven't got a leg to stand on. And it's all right recalling him, but then we've got to find somebody else to take him out on loan again. Or we keep him and try and integrate him into the squad. But that's whether Lucas Torreira is good enough in Arteta's eyes. And it's just a mess. It is a mess. We are one of the worst clubs for doing transfers. It is ridiculous. We always seem to get ripped off every single time. But at the same time, again, maybe it's just that Lucas Torreira just simply is not good enough. You know, maybe it isn't got anything to do with the whole Thomas Partey situation. Maybe he's just not good enough. Or maybe it has got something to do with the Thomas Partey situation. And Atletico are pissed off. And again, I wouldn't blame them if they were, because we know all summer that Thomas Partey's release clause was £45 million. And we did not decide to activate that release clause until the last day of the transfer window. Now, why that is very clever business from Arsenal, because if Partey had signed a new contract with Atletico, there is no question about it, he would be a £70 million player plus. Yeah, so to get him for 45 million is an absolute steal. But when you do that sort of thing, when you deploy them sort of tactics, you're gonna piss people off. Yeah, and don't expect them to just bow down. You know, Atletico are not like that. Look at who their manager is, man. You know, he don't take no shit. What makes you think the hierarchy take any shit? So yeah, there's my couple of views on that one. Again, guys, let me know in the comments section. Do you think Lucas Torreira will carry on at Atletico, or do you think we will recall him? And if we do recall him from his loan spell, would you keep him here at Arsenal, or would you look to loan him out again, or even possibly sell him? It doesn't seem to be working out for him at Atletico. That is for sure. Next player we are moving on to, and believe it or not, yeah, we talk about all these outgoings and players that are moving on from the club, and rightly so as well. We have actually made a signing in this window. Omar Rekik, a young 19-year-old defender, has joined Arsenal from Hertha Berlin for £540,000. He has been described by many people, including Mikel Arteta, as a young talent with a very bright future. He did train, and this just goes to show how bad the Arsenal fucking media team are as well. He did take part in training with the under-23s the other day, but because Arsenal's media team are that shit, and like I said, we are shit when it comes to transfers, he is yet to be confirmed as an Arsenal player. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what's going on at this club. And reports also state that this guy, the main guy, Mertesacker, you know, the big friendly German, formerly of Arsenal, played a key part in the deal. Now, I don't know whether I'm pleased about that or not, because we have a recruitment team for a reason. Yeah, recruitment are in charge of transfers. Mertesacker is in charge of the under-23s, right? So while I'm sort of pleased that Mertesacker clearly wanted this guy to come to Arsenal, and let's not forget, Mertesacker, yeah, he was one of the slowest defenders in the Premier League, probably in Premier League history. But his reading of the game was absolutely phenomenal. And that is why he was a very, very good centre-back for Arsenal. And with Rekic going in straight into the under-23s and not being a part of the first team straight away, which he isn't, it's clear to see. He's obviously one for the future. He could learn a lot from Per Mertesacker. There is no question about that. And it's all right, keep buying these players for the future, but we need players right now. Yeah? We need players now. We need players who are ready to go now. And like I say, we buy these players for the future, but he could end up out on loan. Who knows? You know, who knows what could happen? And the last player I'm going to talk about is a Balogun. Balogun is a young striker, part of the Arsenal academy, up and coming player, very, very good, very highly rated. He's made a couple of appearances in the first team this season, both in the Europa League, and in both games he scored and he created an assist, and he did that in a very short period of time. But the guy's contract is up in the summer. Once again, Arsenal, we let these players run their contracts down. Why? Why? It's ridiculous that we're even in this position in the first place. What is all that about? There were reports at the beginning of the week stating that Balogun is looking to increase his wage to £100,000 plus to stay here at Arsenal. There is also reports out there that he could well leave Arsenal. There are between 10 and 11 clubs lining up for his signature. Like I say, he has 6 months left on his deal. Why do we do this at Arsenal? Honestly, yeah, we're going to end up letting this kid go, and he's going to be an absolute baller. An absolute baller. And reports today suggest that it isn't necessarily about the wages and the money. He just wants guarantees on playing time. And you know what? I don't blame the guy. I really, really don't. Yeah. He goes into the first team in the Europa League. He comes on. He scores. Yeah. The next game, Mikel Arteta goes, "We don't need you. We'll leave you at home. Eddie and Nketiah can sit on the bench. It's all right. We don't need you, Balogun. You stay at home." And that was the Premier League, that was. And then the next Europa League game, once again, he comes on. He scores. He creates an assist. So then you're there, sat there as an Arsenal fan thinking, well, this kid can't do any more. Surely he's got to be in the squad for the following game. But brain dead Arsenal kick in again. It's all right, Balogun. We've got Nketiah. We don't need you. We don't need you. Yeah, what more can this kid do to at least get an opportunity to be on the bench for the Premier League games? Get an opportunity to come on and change the game for Arsenal. Yeah? Or, like the other day, when we was winning 4-0 against West Brom, yeah, and you're getting the opportunity to rest a few players, why not play him for the last 10, 15 minutes? Bring off the likes of Lacazette. Give him a break and give this kid a chance to show everybody what he can do. I don't blame him for wanting guarantees on playing time. And look, if we don't give him the guarantees on playing time, he will go. He will go. And all us fans will go absolutely ballistic if he turns out to be one of the best talents in the world. You know? To me, he's already better than Eddie Nketiah. And I've only seen him briefly in 2 games. Yeah? He looks miles better. We need to keep this kid. The fact that we've let him run his contract down till he's got 6 months left is a joke and a farce. And now he has all the power, you know? He has the power to demand what he wants. Is he worth 100 grand a week? I don't think so. Or not yet anyway. But in this day and age, you do see kids of his age getting paid ridiculous amounts of money. And if they're not going to give him guarantees on playing time, he's well within his rights to ask for that sort of money. Yeah, it's not like we're Stoke City or Forest Green Rovers. We are Arsenal Football Club, the 3rd biggest club in England, one of the biggest clubs in the world. We can afford to pay that sort of wage. So, you know, I fully am with Balogun. I completely understand why he would want £100,000 per week. Yeah, no question about it. I would be exactly the same. So, guys, that is it for the Transfer Weekly update. Once again, it is just there at the bottom of the screen. Please do not forget to smash them likes and hit that subscribe button if you have not done already. If you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, wherever, just go to YouTube, type in Brandon AFC Fan TV, click on the channel. There's lots of other content there, and go and smash that subscribe button. We need you. We need you all. I've got a couple more comments here to just go through. Joe says, yep, Corona is keep killing people. That's why December 31st I did not celebrate, because I know 2021 will be much worse than 2020. Well, let's hope not. Let's hope not. And you know, the year will be what you make it, I suppose. People are starting to get used to life with coronavirus. There is vaccines out there now, so that is good news. But yeah, it's going to be a bit of a drab year. But you guys will be all right, because you've got me to come and tune into. And I've got lots of content to bring to you. Apparently, Atletico are vexed because there is no obligation to buy in the contract. No obligation to buy, really? Well, I don't understand why they'd want to buy a player if they're not even playing him. It makes no sense. We are terrible at transfers. Remember the Alexis swap deal? Yeah, yeah, we are horrendous. At the time, Alexis was starting to fall off a little bit, you know. He wasn't the same player. He isn't the same player anymore. But we should have took that £60 million from Manchester City when it was offered to us, no question about it. And instead we swapped him for Mkhitaryan, you know. And now look, Mkhitaryan's not even at Arsenal anymore because he wasn't good enough either. Joke. Our recruitment team is shit, to be honest. Yeah, I agree 100%. Eddie should be the one going, and Balogun should be the one promoted to the first team. I agree again, mate. No question about it. Same thing happened to Emi Martinez. He wanted game time and went to Villa. Now we've got Runnison. This is a repeating cycle. And yeah, on Emi Martinez, I want you guys to let me know as well. Do you think we should have kept him? Or are you happy with Bernd Leno? If you had to choose, yeah, if you could go back to the summer transfer window, and if you had to choose between Emi Martinez and Bernd Leno, which one would you have kept at Arsenal? Because I was watching Villa the other night against Manchester United, and don't get me wrong, I do like Leno. I do like him. I do think there are parts of his game that are questionable, especially distribution. Um, but he is a very good shot stopper. Um, but I was watching Emi Martinez for Villa against Manchester United the other day, and he just looks so much more comfortable on the ball, playing from the back. He's a big guy as well, and yeah, he looks like a real decent goalkeeper, no question about it. And I'm starting to wonder now, did we make the wrong decision? It would have been ideal to keep both, but if we couldn't keep both, if I could go back, I probably would have kept Martinez over Leno, to be honest with you. But yeah, you guys let me know in the comments section. Joe says, "Yep, situation now. It really help us. One thing is you can have more time with your family or your loved ones. Take care, bro. I need to go now. Stay safe. Nothing is important than health." Yep, 100%, Joe. You tell them, mate. You tell them. Everybody's health is important. I hope everybody is staying safe and healthy um, throughout these tough times. AFC says, I would have taken Emmy. He suits how Arteta wants to play, but I do like Leno. He's also good. It's just that we need two good goalkeepers. 100%. Manchester United, they got three. So, you know, we should have at least two because let's be real, if Leno gets injured, we're screwed. Because Runnison is about as tall as my 3-year-old. And he's about as good in goal as what I am, which is not very, trust me. But there you go. So anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this up now. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Like I said before, don't forget, smash them likes and hit that subscribe button if you have not already subscribed to the channel. I will be back at 8:30 tonight. So make sure you tune in to preview the Arsenal versus Newcastle game. I shall hopefully be getting a couple of guests on that stream as well. So like I said, make sure you come and tune in. Thank you for all the love and everybody who's subscribed to the channel so far. Let's keep building on this. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Peace out.